Hello, everyone, and welcome to the View from My Window podcast, where life is explored through positive thoughts. Everyone has a window, and each window has a different view. I'm Laura, your host, and this is the View from My Window. Guys, so what is new? What's been going on with you? It's Wednesday, hump day, and I hope you've been able to do whatever it is that you've hoped and planned to do so far, whether it's checking things off of that to-do list or just getting some R&R, that much-needed rest and relaxation. This past weekend wasn't so much of rest and relaxation for me. It was all about traveling and spending quality time with family and even meeting some new people along the way. My husband and I traveled to Myrtle Beach to see our niece graduate from high school. We had a great time, and I'm so excited for her with her new adventures in college and all those life-changing experiences she will have, which leads me into episode number 23, and it's entitled, Nothing But the Truth. Don't you just wish when you graduated, or when you said those I do's for the very first time, or when that little bundle of joy arrived into your world, that someone would have given you a book with all of life's instructions and answers in it? That instruction booklet that comes with all the complete details laid out for you of how to live that perfect life? Well, that's never going to happen because no one can live the same cookie-cutter life where that one book fits all would actually work for everyone. Or is there? I think there is a book, a guide of words that are inspired by the ultimate know-it-all that does teach and train us of how to live and love. That book is called the Bible, and it's full of God's messages of divine inspiration for us to use as a roadmap to heaven. It's our laid out plan for standards of life on earth and helping find the truth in a society where anything goes. Did you catch that word truth? It's full of truth. You know what the word truth reminds me of? It reminds me of one of my favorite movies, A Few Good Men. Have you seen it? There's a particular scene that is well known in that movie. The one where Tom Cruise, also known as Lieutenant Caffey, is in a courtroom and he's questioning Colonel Jessup, who is played by Jack Nicholson, about a code red. When Lieutenant Caffey asks him, "Did you order the code red?" the judge steps in and he says, "You don't have to answer that question." But he agrees to answer. And the dialogue goes something like this. Colonel Jessup asks, "You want answers?" And Lieutenant Caffey says, "I want the truth." And Colonel Jessup responds back in a screeching yell, "You can't handle the truth." And he goes on with an incredible speech about his truth, about code and honor and loyalty. Now, this may be just a movie, but this particular scene brings about such a raw moment in this heated interrogation about the death of a soldier and a Marine. The truth can be so difficult to face sometimes, and truth can uncover a multitude of lies, which is what happens in this scene. So here's my take on my own brutal truths that we sometimes really don't want to admit, but I think we need to hear them. Number one, we are all going to die, and we don't know the when, the where, or the how of it. Number two, too many of us are obsessed with finding happiness that it prevents us from feeling the joy in our lives. Number three, we are not perfect and never will be, no matter how hard we try. Number four, what we achieve as success in life will not matter when we are gone. And number five, time is our most valuable asset, which means we need to prioritize how we spend it. Now that we know some truths that I think are important truths, what should we do about it? I think the Bible will clearly answer this question. I won't read them to you, but instead I'm going to give them to you that you can look them up and research them yourself. Number one, yes, we are all going to die, but maybe if you look up John 11, verse 25, and John 14, verses 1 through 3, you will find God's truth on this one. And number two, is there a difference between happiness and joy? I think so. Happiness is temporary and joy is eternal. If you would, read James 1, verses 2 and 3. How about the third one? No, we are not perfect. But is there a way we can be? I think so. The Bible talks about perfection and how it's received in Ephesians 2, 8, and 9. It's in 1 John 2, verse 5, Psalm 18, verse 30, and Romans 12, 12. Also, if you want to look up something else, research verses on being saved through grace and not works, because we can't do it on our own merit. We just can't do it. So what does the Bible say about our earthly treasures? Will it all matter in the end when we are dead and gone? How about reading Ecclesiastes 1, verse 14 and Philippians 4, verse 19? And finally, how do we prioritize our life and make life on earth a valuable asset? Well, I think if we read Matthew 6, 19 through 21 and Matthew 6, 25 through 34, that might help bring some answers. So this brings me to the end of this episode, and I hope you will take time out of your busy week to read these verses. If nothing else, reflect on the truths and ask yourself, what am I here for? What is my purpose? Is there something else that I should be doing? And I also ask you to please share your truths. Do you have a question, or do you have something you want to share, a truth that we all need to hear? Please share, because we all have a window, and each window has a different view. So this is all I have for this episode, and I hope that it has brought some inspiration to you. Until next time, guys, I'm going to leave you with a song, and the title of it is Bridge of Hope, and I love you guys.
There's a message drifting in the air. If you listen, you will notice music everywhere. This bridge is made of hope. This bridge is made of hope. In this world of hunger, war, and strife, we can together, all included, build a better life. This bridge is made of hope. Side by side,